hold on. Microphone is a little bit too high. Started off a little too energetic. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Good morning. And happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. Good to see you all. Is it Squid James's birthday? Is it your birthday today, Squid James? Well, it would be ending your birthday because you live in Australia. Maddie, congrats on that 5-stream streak. It is your birthday! Happy birthday, Squid James! Happy birthday! I hope that you had a fantastic birthday. Goodness gracious. Time is flying by so fast. Time is flying by so fast. That's nuts. Holy moly. Ah! Hi, Presto Changeo. Welcome in. Oh, goodness me. Goodness gracious, but how is everyone doing on this fine Thursday? If it's not, well, if it is Thursday for you still, it may be Friday, depending on where you live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. I hope that you're having a fantastic day so far. I certainly am, because, I got a long sleep. And I'm also getting to play the crossover. So, how exciting is that? That's very exciting. I'm excited to continue this crossover because it's very fresh in my mind still. So I can't wait for y'all to see this. Excuse me. It felt like I'm getting older physically, but not mentally. I just feel like a young child again. You don't... Yeah, it's more like your body is getting older rather than your mental state. Because, you know, you mature with time, but you're not... You don't really change mentally. Because you're still you on the inside, right? No matter how much older your body gets. Excuse me. Ugh. Like, you don't feel that different when your birthday happens. Hey, Grandma! Welcome in. Good to see ya. Like, you don't what was I gonna say? I can relate to that feeling because my birthday is coming up in a little under a month. So it's like, oh boy. That is pretty crazy. That it's less than a month until my birthday, and I feel like I feel old but not old at the same time. It's weird because I feel like I haven't changed that much, like, at all, but it still feels like, hey, you're getting 1 year into adulthood. It's like, okay. But what does that change? And in my mind, it doesn't really change much of anything.
What?
We're talking about birthdays, Presto. We're talking about birthdays. That's how I felt when my birthday passed. Like, I didn't feel any different than the last time I did. Yeah. Yeah, that's really pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Excuse me. I got a long sleep, but I'm still tired, apparently. Ugh. It's a good thing I didn't invite Jason over on my birthday because it's Friday the 13th. Dang! Your birthday was Friday the 13th? Goodness. Ooh. That's pretty crazy. I still hope that you had a good birthday nonetheless. Hopefully nothing bad happened. And it was a good day. And yes, I'm glad you didn't invite Jason over. That would have been really strange if you had invited a murderer to your birthday. Speaking of murders, not murders. This was not a murder. Anyways, more crossover. Yeah! Let's do this. Continuing the Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright crossover today. We pull that. Crisis over the court, indeed. Indeed it do. Hold on, let me swap screens here. There we go. How's the audio to me? Are we good? Testing, 1, 2. Oh, hold on. I forgot something. I forgot my badge. Can't forget that. Now it's perfect. Alright. Anyways, let us continue then. We're in Prologue Part 2. Here we go. After flying clear across the Atlantic, we finally found ourselves in ye old London. Nick was stuck working right up to when we left, so he's kind of tired. But I'm pumped and ready to get my sightseeing on. Even though he said he was only here for that attorney's exchange thing, and wouldn't have to appear in court, we still ended up in court, and Nick said I'm the one that would jinx us. Looks like we'll be defending Espella. All right, I'm ready and raring to go. Ooh, here we go. And from what happened last time, there was a recess because the prosecution was bringing in another witness. So we've got a little bit of a break period at the moment. Phew. Glad the first part's over. That witness was quite a character. I bet he'd love to be one in a crime drama. He'd end up making it a comedy though. I'd hate it if poor Espella was found guilty because of his shaky testimony. But at least now it looks like we might be able to get Espella a not guilty verdict. Yeah, I hope that cheered Espella up a bit. Uh-oh! Oopsies. Oh, I forgot about Darklaw. She's reading my newspaper. Maybe it's just me, but she doesn't look pleased. Oh, it's you. I appreciate your efforts, Mr. Wright. Thank you. But while I understand your drive to win this case, my drive? This is not the time for your personal ambitions. This is not about personal ambitions, Darklaw. This is finding the truth. I told you before, didn't I? That Espella is pleading guilty. and that you should accept the proposed punishment. This incident has already been settled between our school and the police. But, Miss Darklaw, Espella could be innocent! Believe me, it will be in Espella's best interest if you end the trial as soon as possible. The more this trial drags on, the more traumatic it is for this poor girl. I'm sorry. She may be saying that she's guilty, but is she really? In any case, Mr. Wright, we don't want our school being shoved into the limelight because of this case. So if you could please refrain from picking me at meaningless details, such as that toy. Get this trial over with quickly. This is your client's wish, Mr. Wright. I understand. I'll do my best. It's a relief to hear that. Let's go, Espella. Yes, Miss Darklaw. What the heck was that all about? We've been busting our butts in there, trying to prove that Espella is innocent, and she expects us now to just give up? Why are you yelling at me, Maya? But when you think about it, Darklaw's acting very strange. Yeah, something's not right. Something's suspicious. Her own pupil's on trial, and she just sits around reading other people's newspapers. Yeah, what's she so busy reading about anyway? There's nothing about Espella in that paper. Is she checking the soccer scores or something? Maya's newspaper. The front page article is about jewel thieves in London. Welcome in, Dark. Good
so
to
it's
see
about their school's reputation then? Ugh. I don't like where this is going.
I don't like where this is going either, Megarok. The break is almost over. We better go back. Lynch looks really confident about this new witness. I'm Espella's defense attorney. I'll stand by her no matter what. That's it, Phoenix. That's it, Phoenix. The court will now reconvene. Prosecution, is your witness ready? Of course, Your Honor. Bailiff, please bring her in. Oh, and here she is. Hello, I remember you. I don't like you. Witness, state your name and occupation.
My name is Olivia Raldente.
And Italian, chef girl. Well, island, actually. Actually, she's island.
Carry the spicy scent of a seafood stew. A hot Sicilian stew that soothes
Sicilian,
lives
that's
of
right.
sailors braving the raging waters. Blessed be the Sicilian cuisine and il nostro mare.
Right. Right. Okay, lady. Yes. Miss Aldente is employed as a cook on the freighter where the crime happened. A cook? That's, interesting attire you are wearing, Miss Aldente. This is my work outfit. It gets very hot in the kitchen, you know. It will be a pleasure to change after that chocoholic cart. He got up my nose. Nice to see the judge is remaining impartial. Is the judge ever really truly impartial in any Ace Attorney game? Really? I don't think so. Miss Aldente discovered the defendant in the cargo hold when she went for supplies. She found Espella? That would make her the crew member that Johnny saw fighting with Espella. That is right, Mr. Wright. Miss Al Dente was the first person to discover the intruder.
Then she is the victim of assault. Hit with a steel pipe. How cruel.
If I'd only had my precious kitchen knife with me at that time, I'd have shown her my exceptional cutting skills. Alright, I don't want to know about your cutting skills, lady. You're scaring me. You're scaring me, lady. Nick, look at that! She's an expert potato peeler. You'd better watch out around her.
I'll keep that in mind. Witness, we will now hear your testimony. Describe to us what happened in the cargo hold.
Certamente, gladly. Oh, here we go. Something is off about her. Yeah, you noticed that too? I went to the cargo hold to check the supplies. It was past 10 p.m. Hey, Panhead. I'm doing well. How about yourself? And I found that girl hiding and clutching one of them bizarro toys. She made as if to run away, so I tried to stop her. Then she grabbed the pipe. She shot, but she fiercely swung the pipe at me. I tried to dodge, but she hit me on the head. I blacked out for a few minutes.
According to the medical report, you suffered a laceration to your head, correct?
Ah, that is covered by the chef's hat, so you can't see it now. But when I chop up veggies, it helps in the rhythm of strikes. Chop, chop, chop.
That sounds most terrible, Miss Al Dente.
I should have been more careful, but she looked like a little picola girl. Olivia's much taller than Espella.
Yeah, Ispella's about the same size as you.
I may be short, but I'm well proportioned, and that's what matters. Maya, no one was talking about your proportions, sweetheart. Maya, why? It's Maya. I shouldn't say why. It's Maya. I shouldn't say why. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to present the decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt.
Huh?
Panhead, it's a video game. There's no need to question it. It's a video game. This is a photograph of the defendant's fingerprints on the steel pipe. As you can see, the fingerprints are very clear. They were left by the assailant. They have already been examined and found to be those of the defendant.
Well, that settles it. This is undoubtedly decisive evidence.
What? The fingerprints on the weapon are Ispella's? Just to put your inquisitive mind at ease, Mr. Wright, there were no other fingerprints.
This photograph shall be added to evidence.
Photo of Ispella's fingerprints on the steel pipe. Hehe. Have I not warned you, Mr. Wright? Further examination is but a waste of time. Nick, what do we do now? This evidence is clearly pointing to Espella. People in Ace Attorney, because it's a Capcom game. It's a Capcom game, so naturally... It's just... It is what it is. You can't really blame Capcom. Just roll with it, people. Oi! And thanks for dropping a metal pipe. That's the pipe used in the crime? No. But the evidence is already there. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
We're pleading that Estella's not guilty. And if she's innocent, then this witness is lying. All we need to do is expose that lie. I've got to think straight and focus on finding the truth. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Where's the professor and Luke? This is a crossover game, right? Well, we're getting introduced to the mechanics of the game, so you gotta... They were in the first part. They were in the first part of the first episode, if you want to check the VOD from where the game started out. Good things come to those who wait. But now there's a problem here. If we look properly at the fingerprint photo, look at the way these are positioned. Look at the way these are positioned. If she was holding it like this, she would have swung it over, right? However, that's not quite right. The fingerprints are upside down. Hey, Dalek, welcome in. Alright. But, yep, the fingerprints are upside down.
Objection!
You're claiming that the defendant swung the pipe at you. Well, that's impossible.
Why do you say that, sweetie?
The defendant's fingerprints were found on the pipe. However...
Dalek, thank you so much for that
Dalek
follow.
_time_Controller joins the guild.
Dalek, thank you so much for that I'm sorry. Dalek. It's Dalek. My bad. Dalek, thank you so much for that follow, and welcome to the Shadeslayer Guild.
There is a contradiction here.
A contradiction? Impossible!
That is most interesting. Well then, shall the defense explain? What in the photo of the fingerprints contradicts the testimony?
Their position.
It's the position of the fingerprints, Your Honor. Oh, the position? According to the witness's testimony, the defendant held the pipe like this. In order to hit the witness on the head, she raised the pipe like so.
That is precisely what she did.
And then she struck from above. But here's the problem. Think about the fingerprints that she would have left had she done just that. What are you getting at, Mr. Wright? Look closely at the way I'm holding the pipe. In this situation, the fingerprints would look like this. The thumb is above the other fingers. Indeed, there is no doubt about it. Now take a look at the fingerprints that were actually left on the pipe.
They're backwards!
Goodness, The thumb, it's below the other fingers.
What?
That's right. Miss Al Dente.
What? What is it?
Had the defendant attacked you as you described, the fingerprints would have been the other way around. Which means something's not right with your testimony.
Ah, telling the truth! Ah!
Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? These fingerprints were submitted as decisive evidence. How come this contradiction was not brought to light before?
No!
Miss Al Dente, what do you have to say about this?
Whoa!
Excuse me, Miss Al Dente.
Know how to bring out the full sweetness of a sweet potato?
Huh?
You use a pinch of salt. Interesting, right? You use salt to make something taste sweeter.
I'm not following.
I remember it now. It was the other way around. Not as you'd expected. I'm sorry. I got a bit confused. You'd normally hold the pipe like that. But she's so small. And the pipe is heavy. She held it the other way.
The other way?
Not like this. She held it in this way.
Objection!
But you testified that she fiercely swung the pipe at you.
I'm telling you, I got confused. Olivia, sorry, okay?
How could you mistake the way she held the pipe if she was right in front of you?
Oh, why don't you go fry an egg? What does it matter if she held it one way or another?
Really, lady?
You wouldn't call a slightly salted sweet potato a salty potato because it's still a sweet potato no matter what you add to it. The witness probably has a point, doesn't she, Mr. Wright?
Ugh. No, the defendant attacked the witness holding the pipe backhanded. It seems a bit unnatural, but it does make sense, I suppose.
Indeed it does, Your Honor. There is no problem with this evidence after all.
Does the defense agree? If I agree there are no problems with this evidence, we'll be one step away from losing this case.
This lady's got the IQ of a turnip? Goodness, Panhead.
There's gotta be a contradiction somewhere in that fishy testimony.
And she is right.
Could Isabella have hit Olivia holding the pipe backhanded?
Of course, it's us. We're gonna prove there's a contradiction here.
Objection!
Well, Miss Al Dente, I'm afraid that you're in a pickle now.
I'm thirsty.
I don't really see why.
Adding a pack of lies to a testimony can turn things very sour for a witness. It would seem the defense is prepared to prove its claim.
Thank you for the hydrate.
But there is a contradiction in this witness's testimony. Correct, Your Honor. I won't know until I try. The defense shall now present evidence to the court. The evidence contradicting the assertion that the defendant hit the witness holding the pipe backhanded is...
That would be the medical report. How do you expect her to be able to hit you on the back of the head holding it backhanded? Huh? How would that work?
Take that!
Miss Al Dente, you previously testified that you were using that hat to cover the wound you received in the assault.
It's normal for senoritas to cover up things senorinas to cover up things they don't want others to see.
That's not all. You also described the defendant as little, if you recall. That is to say, Miss Cantabella is, at the very least, shorter than you.
I've grown tall and healthy thanks to the wonderful Mediterranean sunshine.
Let me ask you then, how did a girl shorter than you, holding a heavy pipe backhanded, manage to land a blow to the back of your head? I'd say it's impossible. The fingerprints on the weapon show that the defendant held it backhanded. But even if she didn't, it is highly unlikely she would be able to hit Miss Al Dente's head like that. Oh, order! I will have order. What is the defense getting at?
Objection!
Even if it was highly unlikely, it cannot be proven that it was impossible. Miss Cantabella's fingerprints were found on that pipe, Your Honor. Nothing can change that fact that it was the defendant who held the weapon.
That is so. Does the defense have any comments? I can't deny that. It's clear that Isabella did hold that pipe.
She held it like this, right? Why would she do that? It'd be hard to hit anyone like this. Oh, Maya, you did it.
Oh, and she holds it like that. It looks as if the court recognizes the validity of the prosecution's objection. Fingerprints on the weapon prove it was used by the defendant.
Objection!
The defendant's fingerprints may be on the pipe. However, that doesn't prove she hit anyone with it.
Objection!
Nonsense. What else would she pick up a steel pipe for?
Objection!
Oh, I think I've got a pretty good idea. Well then, the defense may elaborate on its idea. What I say next will turn this trial around. The defendant's fingerprints were left on the weapon when she
Tried to defend herself.
well, naturally, she held the pipe in both hands when she stopped it from coming down on her head. Stopped it?
With both hands? That's right. Like this.
Please take another look at this photo. These are not the fingerprints of an assailant, but rather the fingerprints of a victim who was defending herself. Which brings us to the conclusion that Miss Cantabella didn't attack the witness. She was in fact a victim, desperately trying to defend herself. This cannot be! And if Miss Cantabella was a victim, who was the real assailant? There's only one person who could have done it. The only other person at the crime scene was Olivia Al Dente. It was you, wasn't it? Order! 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 If I cannot have order, the court will be adjourned.
Be quiet, all of you. You just don't quit, do you? Oh boy. A lousy lawyer like you should get it chopped. How about I show you my knife up close? Okay. You see why I don't like her very much?
Objection!
Have you lost your mind, Mr. Wright? The witness is the victim, not the assailant. There are no fingerprints other than the defendant's on the weapon.
Objection!
Look at the witness's outfit. She's wearing gloves. That's why she left no fingerprints.
Oh, excuse me. Ah, you freaking sea urchin!
Objection!
But you cannot be sure she was wearing gloves that night.
Objection!
The witness has called this her work outfit, so she must have been wearing it when she went to check supplies.
Hold it!
You devious liar, slippery as an eel! It was me because I had gloves on, as if it was only me wearing gloves. She's the only one in the courtroom wearing gloves. Hey, Hybrid, welcome in. Good to see ya. There was that guy. The guard, he was wearing gloves too.
The guard? Oh, wasn't that the previous witness?
Oh, that's right. Gloves are part of the guard's uniform by regulation. See? That guard Johnny, he was wearing gloves that night too.
What do you say to that, Mr. Wright? Since you're claiming the assailant is the person who had gloves on, that would make the guard a suspect as well. Could Johnny be the culprit?
It's impossible.
Johnny Smiles is not the culprit.
Why not? Anyone with gloves could have done it. Didn't you just say that?
No, I didn't. However, it does seem plausible that the guard could have done it. He was wearing gloves after all. I'm afraid that's impossible, Your Honor, and I have proof. You do?
Fascinating. Let's see this proof, if you really have it. Please enlighten us as to why Smiles cannot be the culprit. Provide the proof. This sticky-covered torch. His chocolate fingerprints were all over his torch, meaning that if he had touched that pipe, he would have left chocolate.
Take that!
Mr. Smiles is, to put it nicely, what you may call a free spirit. There is no guarantee he would follow the rules and wear his full uniform. And this evidence proves he did not wear gloves.
Wait! Don't throw that filthy torch at me!
Will someone please wipe the chocolate off this evidence? No, Your Honor. This chocolate is the evidence.
What?
Mr. Smiles was snacking on a chocolate bar during his patrol. That's why his flashlight is in this sorry state. And covered in his chocolatey fingerprints. Therefore, we know that he didn't wear gloves when patrolling the ship that night. Rule-breaking, chocolate-loving Johnny Smiles was not the culprit.
What? That's ridiculous! It's too silly!
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense has merely pointed out a possibility. To call this witness a criminal without actual evidence against her is preposterous.
Objection!
The prosecution's duty is to clear what doubts there may be regarding the defendant's guilt. And I have demonstrated that there is at the very least a possibility that the witness is not telling the truth.
Objection!
At the very least, Espella Cantabella is not innocent. As corroborated by PC Badger, the toy she attempted to steal.
What was that? Did Olivia just freeze for a second? Prosecutor Flinch, explain to the court about this toy, this new piece of evidence.
This is the stuffed toy the defendant tried to steal that night.
One of its legs would appear to be missing, the poor thing.
This mishap befell PC Badger as the witness and defendant were fighting. The captain of the freighter reported the damage after the defendant's arrest.
So this is the stuffed animal Olivia snatched from Espella. I see. The court would like to hear the witness's testimony regarding this evidence.
Witness your testimony. Excuse me, witness, you've been asked to testify. I'm so very sorry. I got a little upset from all these accusations. You don't say. I'm not used to this, being called a liar. Ah, yes, it's only natural. Don't worry about that, it's all that slimy attorney's fault. Wow. Subtle, Flinch. Subtle.
Why do I feel like an eel on a chopping board? The witness will now testify. Tell us how you retrieved this toy from the defendant.
Gladly. Oh, el nostro mare. Wonder what she's saying. I don't get it.
Whatever she said, I'll make sure this is the last time she says it in court.
Alright. Time to catch her. I wrestled this toy back from that thief and then gave it to the police.
Mood swing much, Olivia?
Just a little bit. I thought I couldn't let her get away with our precious cargo. Naturalmente, I had to get that toy back from her first. Its leg got ripped off though. There's no way I could have attacked her with the pipe. I was holding the toy in one hand, and I do not remember much about when I was it. But I got the toy back at least.
Ah, I see. What a commendable attitude. Going to such lengths to protect the cargo.
I may not be a security guard, but I'll do what it takes for the sake of our ship.
It didn't do much good in the end. This PC Badger is way too damaged to be sold.
These lovely little toys are made at the workshop in London. Transport them down the River Thames, distributing them to children as we go.
Didn't she call them bizarro toys earlier? And now suddenly they're cute? And what about fingerprints on the toy?
It is a soft toy, after all, so no usable fingerprints were found.
Well, that is unfortunate. Regardless, the court accepts it into evidence.
The toy Isabella tried to steal. One leg was ripped off during her fight with Olivia.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
You wrestled it back, and yet the tag is still on it. And yet we have another tag here. Interesting contradiction, isn't it?
Objection!
Interesting, huh?
Miss Al Dente, I would like to confirm just one thing. The stuffed animal you submitted to the police, is it this one?
Yeah, that's the one. No doubt about it.
I'm sorry, but if that's the case, things simply don't add up.
What doesn't add up? If it's about the leg, it's that girl's fault. It got ripped off because she wouldn't let go.
The problem is not something that's missing from the stuffed animal. On the contrary, it's something that shouldn't be there in the first place.
Something that shouldn't be there.
And that is, of course, this item. This is the final piece of evidence received from the guard, Mr. Smiles. When I seized the girl at the crime scene, she was clasping this in her hand. She didn't even seem to notice. And what would that be?
It would appear to be PC Badger's tag, Your Honor.
Strange, isn't it? Something was definitely ripped off this plushie. But it wasn't its leg. It was the tag. You noticed it too, didn't you, Miss Al Dente? If this is the stuffed animal that Miss Cantabella was holding when you found her, then why is the tag still on it? Nice one. Order! Order! I will have order! What is the meaning of this?
Hey, you tasteless-looking prosecutor over there. Yes? What's this about the tag? You didn't tell me anything about that! If you'll please calm down.
It's no use blaming the prosecutor.
Huh?
He didn't even know this tag existed.
Objection!
Witness, I had not been informed of such evidence. If you had this in your possession, why did you hand it to the police?
Sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I am an expert at what I do. And my expert advice to myself is that I'd better keep this as my secret weapon. So I waited for the right moment to single-handedly settle this trial. For better or for worse, this tag existence has only recently come to light. Neither the prosecution, nor you, Your Honor, knew about it before this trial.
Ah!
But then, why is there a tag on this toy? How come this toy has a tag? The answer is simple. There is a tag on this stuffed animal
because the toy was swapped.
There's only one possibility. Miss Al Dente, before handing the plushie into the police, you swapped it for another.
Listen to yourself. Why would I even do something like that? Ridicolo. And that's right. That tag must be a fake.
A fake? Why do you think that?
The chocolate freak must be trying to frame me. That's what it is.
Objection!
Mr. Smiles has no motive to do something like that.
Objection!
No motive. It doesn't require much thinking to come up with one. He wanted attention. That's what he said. The god lied to show off. That's all there is to it.
Did Johnny produce bogus evidence to draw attention to himself?
No. It's impossible.
It's an interesting theory, but it's impossible.
And how do you know? I'll dice you like an onion.
Anyway, was Mr. Smiles lying? There was an easy way to find out.
What? How do you plan to check it?
By checking the fingerprints, of course. Fingerprints?
Ah!
According to Mr. Smiles' testimony, when he seized Miss Cantabella, she was holding the tag in her hand. Therefore, her fingerprints should still be on that tag. Bailiff, have this evidence investigated immediately.
That was awesome, Nick! We've almost got her now.
Mr. Flinch, I have a question for you.
What is it?
When you searched the crime scene, did you find a toy without a tag? Well, Mr. Flinch, did you?
No, we, Considering the circumstances, it did not seem necessary to investigate quite so thoroughly. Flinch, you idiot. But at the very least, I can tell you that all the toys in the crate had tags on. But what about outside the crate?
Excuse me, Your Honor. What is it, Mr. Wright? It appears no stuffed animal was found without a tag, which means that it may still be hidden at the crime scene.
Ah.
Your Honor, the defense requests that the ship be searched thoroughly this time. Send a forensics team there immediately. You're requesting another search?
Objection!
What? Surely you can't be serious. Whether the toy was swapped or not, it doesn't matter in the least. They're all the same. Any of them will do just fine.
That is exactly why it's important. Eh? All these plushies are the same. There's no need to swap one for another. And yet... why is the witness so worked up about it?
That's just...
I had a feeling there was something odd about this case. A stolen stuffed animal, and an assault connected to it. There had to be more to it. There had to be another crime under the surface.
Nick!
This is it. What should I do?
We're requesting the search.
Your Honor, the defense insists on the search. Should a plushie without a tag be found on the ship, then there's a strong possibility that this case will be resolved.
Objection!
The prosecution does not acknowledge the... Oh! Eh?
Oh!
You can't! No, you can't search it again! You just can't!
Giant fish! It is giant fish! Oh no! And that look of bewilderment, that utter panic.
Witness! Miss Al Dente, why did you swap the stuffed animal? And why are you so afraid of having the ship searched? PC Badger holds all the answers. I say, Mr. Wright, could it be that you already know the reason behind the swap? Of course, I don't have any definitive proof. But when it comes to pointing out a possibility, I might have something. Very well then, let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence that would explain why Miss Al Dente is against a search?
There's one item that we just got. How about that newspaper about the jewelry thieves?
Take that!
There is a certain article in this newspaper. Elusive jewel thieves at large in London. Scotland Yard on red alert. Oh, that robbery. I've heard about it, yeah, of course. A group of thieves robbed a jewelry shop and made away with almost about 50 pieces of jewelry. Many extremely valuable stones were stolen as well. Scotland Yard's under great pressure to find them.
All packages sent out from London are being scrutinized by the police. And what does this have to do with our case? Nothing.
I beg to differ. The jewel theft took place in London. And that's where our freighter picked up this cargo.
London? Ah! It can't be! Witness!
That night, you discovered the defendant in the cargo hold. She was holding one of the plushies. You knew you had to get it back. You had to get it back at all costs, but why go so far for a mere plushie? There is only one possible reason. You couldn't afford to have the police discover what was inside of it.
Smacked by fish! Smacked by fish! Knockout! Oh my gosh. That was perfect.
We have just received a report from the team investigating the crime scene. This toy was hidden between the storage unit and a pipe.
Ah!
The toy has been cut open and the contents examined. And this was found inside. A pink diamond with approximately 100,000 pounds.
We have also received a report from the crime lab. The defendant's fingerprints have been found on the tag.
Do you have anything to say, Miss Al Dente?
I lost, didn't I?
So you are a...
Yeah, I am one of them. I am one of the jewel thieves. My role was to get loot out of London. The police never checked the regular shipments from that workshop. We decided to take advantage of that blind spot. Indeed, the regular direct delivery service has been overlooked by the police.
Possibly because that workshop produces the very mascots representing the police.
The other crew had nothing to do with it. I used their ship. That's all.
It was you who hid the jewels inside the plushies.
There was one jewel in each toy. I was carrying them away one by one.
The defendant happened to pick one of those toys up.
I had my heart stand still when I saw that girl in the cargo hold. Whenever I was free, I stood guard in front of that room, and yet she got in somehow. So there she was in the room with the hidden loot, one of the toys in her hand. So how did Isabella get in there? I don't know if she was trying to steal the toy or what, but I just had to get it back from her, no matter the cost. Then I handed in a different toy. I made it look like it was ripped in the fight. It would have been over for me if the police had found any of the jewels. Well, and there you have it. But wait, who was it in the end? Who hit Olivia?
Oh, I almost forgot about that.
At first, I thought it must have been that little girl that hit me. But now I don't know.
Don't... Oh?
No one else was supposed to be in that room. But what if there was someone in the shadows? Some mischievous person hidden in the darkness.
A hidden third party? Perhaps.
This was a most unusual case. It cannot be said that all mysteries have been resolved, but it has come clear that Miss Cantabella is innocent. Well then, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It would seem that I owe you thanks for helping us see the truth. No need to thank me, Your Honor. I was just doing my job. Like I always do.
Is that really the smartest thing you could come up with?
And Mr. Flinch.
Yes, Your Honor.
This trial was part of the Legal League of Attorneys exchange program, wasn't it? May this trial serve as a lesson for you too. Is that understood?
Ooh. It is as you say, Your Honor.
Ah!
Don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look! Without my glasses, I can't see, and I don't want to be seen! Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Just the where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Just falling down to the ground looking for them glasses. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear!
Ahem. Well then, the court has reached its verdict. I pronounce the defendant, Espella Cantabella, not guilty.
And we win! Woo! Congratulations! You did it, Nick!
Yeah, thanks. I guess I should be
Sorry,
happy.
Olivia, but a pretty face like yours can't mask the crime.
Ah, fair enough, Megarock, indeed.
But Darklaw's cold gaze is staring daggers through me.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You are better than I thought. Had I known earlier, I would have asked you to prove Espella innocent from the very start.
I'm glad you're happy about the verdict.
Espella, come and thank Mr. Wright. Thank you, Mr. Wright.
Glad I could help.
Hey, Espella! What's that big book you've got there? Oh, please forgive her. She's a bit shy, you see. She's very fond of books. At any rate, now Espella can return to her peaceful life at our boarding school. And it's all thanks to your hard work, Mr. Wright. Hey, Tia!
Tias Forma joins the guild.
Tias Forma, thank you so much for that follow and welcome to the Shadeslayer Guild. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Have we seen that book before? Maybe. Now please excuse us. We have some formalities to attend to.
Oh, yes, of course.
Mr. Wright, you were truly outstanding in that courtroom today. Farewell.
Phew. It's finally over.
You know, something's still bothering me about this case. The person who hit Olivia. Where did they go?
That's true. We don't know who actually assaulted Olivia. If it wasn't Espella, there must have been another person at the crime scene.
But neither Olivia nor Johnny saw anyone else.
The room was dark, save for the emergency light. I'm sure someone hid in the shadows. And Johnny was wearing sunglasses. I'm amazed he saw anything at all. He missed all those clues, so it's not much of a stretch to imagine he missed the perpetrator, too. How about we head back now?
Okay, let's go check out Tower Bridge while we still have some daylight left.
Oh,
Oh,
What is it, Maya?
there, on the couch. Isn't that Espella's book?
oh, and the book was left behind.
It is the book she was holding. We should return it to her. Hey, Nick, let's see what kind of stuff Espella likes to read.
Just quit it, Maya.
Labyrinthia, huh?
Oh, here we go.
What?
Huh?
Maya, look!
Huh? Hey, Nick, look, that's us, isn't it?
And there they go! To be continued. Dun dun dun! And we have full credibility, so we get all the
Well,
picarettes.
that all worked out. But still, I feel like things are still far from perfect. Like there is still a slight chill hanging over us.
You think? Alright. Okay! Oh man, everyone's booked these days. Ha ha ha! Alright, I'm gonna take my break real quick. Don't go anywhere. I will return shortly. BRB!
At last you're here. My suspicions were correct. A powerful spell has been cast over the monster folk city of Withergate, creating an everlasting darkness.
Ooh.
Jinx. There we go.
It's great you're teaming up with Arya because she will never give you up, never let you down, never run around or desert you. Never gonna say goodbye, never gonna let you cry, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
Was that
Milk's
Marsh?
on you, I love that song.
Was that a Lowland Marshadow that said that? I'm about to die. Or it was about to die. Alright. Will you leave me alone now? Will you leave me alone now? Nope! Dang it! They will not leave me alone. At this rate, I'll get to Merlin by like 25 years. Get to Merlin in 25 years. They're just like, no. There's something... Goofy? Goofy, why do you have a recipe book in your fridge? What? Goofy! Why? Why do you have a recipe book in your fridge? I will never understand.
Are you high? This girl, she really is high up in this picture. Nice censorship, Your Honor. Nice censorship. What? Nice censorship, Your Honor. Jeez.
This is actually rather good. What's wrong? A worm?
Nothing. Can't taste a thing.
Uh-oh. Well,
We learned what we need to. Let's look for that cave.
That's really sad. Velvet has no taste anymore. Oh. No sense of taste, I mean. Ah. Wow. Words are important.
yeah.
Are you okay?
No!
What happened? I got distracted. I got distracted by headbuds.
How much was that? How much was that?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Think of the hydrate.
Wait.
Arya, I think I need a hydrate. Let's go!
Wait, did you get one too?
No, but that's awesome! Let's go!
What? I need to... Hold on.
Let's freaking go!
What?
Oh my gosh! agree, Shades. I think someone slayed the Shade Slayer.
Normally it's the Shade Slayer that does the slaying, but what the heck?
Ow! I didn't know that could. I didn't know those could do damage to the Heartless. Donald. Wow! You just got splashed right in the face with the water, Donald. No! Poor Donald.
Ah, goodness gracious. Also, Divine Dragon 7, thank you Thank you so much for that subscription. Thank you so much for that subscription at tier 1. Welcome to the Officer Shadeslayer group. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for that subscription. Enjoy those perks, Divine Dragon, and welcome to the stream. By the way, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Alright, I'm back, everybody, and we're here to continue on with the crossover. We just finished the second part of the prologue. It's time to continue onwards. Here we go. No problem, Dragon. Thank you. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. Oh, here we go. Chapter 1. Mysterious Labyrinthia. Ooh.
Luke. Wake up, my boy.
Professor?
Good. I'm glad to see you're awake.
Yeah. Glad to be back.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. A bit drowsy, though. I guess I just fell asleep all of a sudden. Ah! Wait, now I remember. Professor, what happened with the witches? And where exactly are we?
Well, Luke, I've only just woken up myself. We've been here in this horse-drawn wagon since I awoke.
How did we end up asleep in a wagon?
That is something we must now find out.
Oh, hold on. Something's stuck. Ah! There we go. Ooh, alright.
First of all, where are we? And secondly, where are we being taken? There's another passenger over there. Let's start by asking her.
Good thinking, Professor. The other passenger. Who could this be?
Excuse me, Duffel. I wonder if you could tell us where this wagon is heading.
Where it's
Heading? That really is a meaningless question. It goes without saying, since there's only one place we could possibly be heading.
She looks familiar, doesn't she?
I'm not sure I entirely follow.
What do you mean by one place?
If you really want to know, why don't you ask the wagon driver? Although, whether you ask or not, we'll be arriving at our destination soon anyway.
If that's the case, surely it wouldn't hurt to just tell us.
Look, let's take her advice. We may have better luck with the driver.
All right, if you say so. Not very cooperative, is she? Not very cooperative, huh? So you finally woke up, did you? I was wondering what to do with you both. I was Hi, Brager. gosh darn metal pipe's scaring the crap out of me. Oi. Good morning, Braytarid. I was starting to think you'd never wake up. Excuse me, but where is it that we're going? Me, oh my. You didn't get into this wagon without knowing where it's headed, did you?
Well, in truth, we only just became aware that we were in here. Until just a moment ago, we were at Tower Bridge in London. I'm afraid we have no recollection of having boarded this wagon.
You certainly say the strangest things. You're both still half asleep, aren't you? Half asleep? Of course not. As far as I remember, you've both been in this wagon from the very start. There's no way that's right. And besides... Now, don't get so worked up, sonny. You'll upset the other passengers. I know nothing about the two of you except from what I've seen. Ah! It's chibi time. Woo! Ba-da-da-da-ba. Chibi time for 10 minutes. Da-da-da-da-ba-ba. 10 minutes. On the clock. Itchy nose. Oh, thank you for the head pats. Thank you for the head pats. My job is just to carry the passenger to that town.
A town, you say?
Well, looky here. It's just coming to sight. Why not take a peek out, Here we are.
Captain, all present and accounted for, sir. I want you to keep in mind, men, that the peace of this town is in your hands. Never forget that no matter what happens, the people look to you to keep the peace. Be proud knights of the order, and always protect the people. Yes, sir, for honor and glory.
Captain! Captain!
What can I do for you, my little ones?
I want to join the Order of the Knights and patrol the streets like you.
Aha, that's an upstanding ambition, lad. Perhaps when you're a little bigger.
Yes, sir. I'll do my very best to grow up as soon as I can, sir.
I like your spirit, young man. Be seeing you.
Oh, you look so pleased with yourself. You don't really think a weakling like you could join the Order of Knights, do you? Hey, that's not a nice thing to say. Every boy wants to be a knight.
Oh, what can he do for one sweet as you, this Bardley bard called Bardley?
Could you sing me a little song? Something romantic to melt my heart.
Oh, fair maiden, the pleasure is mine. A worthy song for a love such as thine. Oh, the love in your heart and the love in your head is full and warm like freshly baked bread.
Sweet. Professor, look at those people over there. They're all wearing period costumes. I've never seen that in London.
You're right, Luke. This town would appear to resemble the one we saw pictured in that book. Although, I'm somewhat puzzled as to how we have ended up here.
There's nothing strange about any of this. You're the passenger from the wagon. The fact that we are here now is a predetermined turn of events. What do you mean?
We were just brought here from outside.
This outside of which you speak, just what exactly are you referring to?
Huh? Well, I mean London, of course.
There is no such place, nor is there any such place as an outside.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Not here. Not in Labyrinthia. Labyrinthia.
That's a familiar name now, isn't it? One thing of note of this particular crossover, unlike most games that combines two together, this fully includes mechanics from both originals. Layton's puzzles with Wright's courtroom antics. It's one of my favorite things about it. So we are in Labyrinthia.
What? You mean this is really Labyrinthia? Even so, that doesn't make that London doesn't exist. If we went back the way we came, we'd be bound to come across it eventually.
If you don't believe me, then why don't you take a look with your own eyes?
Whoa!
Ah! Professor! The gate is gone!
No way out now.
The gate we came through was right behind us, wasn't it?
Yes, it certainly was there.
So if that's the case, why does no one around here seem surprised? Seeing such a big gate disappear like that. Hey! Where did she go?
This is most perplexing.
What's going on here?
If this really is Labyrinthia, then could it be that we have somehow ended up inside that book?
You mean the book Isabella was showing us, don't you? The Historia Labyrinthia.
That's right. You recall what happened to us at Tower Bridge.
Well, I remember when that book started glowing, but after that I'm totally blank. Professor, you don't think we've somehow been pulled inside that book, do you?
It's a bit early to be drawing conclusions just yet, my boy. There are quite a few people around here. Let's start off by asking a few questions.
Good idea to start asking some questions. Oh.
You finished patrolling the area, then?
Yes, sir. Nothing to report at present, sir.
We must be even more on our guard than usual today.
Yes, sir.
Oh, by the way, Captain. Yes? I don't mean to alarm you. There appears to be a couple of unusual characters approaching our vicinity, sir. What? Oi there, you two. What business do you have with the Order of the Knights?
We just wanted to ask a few questions about the area. About the Order of the Knights. Are you really real knights?
What's that? You're not poking fun at the Order of the Knights, are you? That was certainly not our intention. We were merely noting that your appearance is somewhat unusual. You're saying we're unusual, are you? Well, that's an unusual thing to say. We usually patrol Labyrinthia, doing our usual duty of keeping the usual order. Tell me, what's unusual about that? If anyone's unusual here, it's you two. And I find it quite unusual that I've never seen either of you before. Which part of town are you from?
We, just came here in the back of a wagon, through the gate over there. But then we noticed the gate had vanished. You didn't see anything, did you?
Gate? What gate?
But there was a gate. We just came through it. From outside.
Outside? Now I've been patient with you, but nothing you're saying makes a lick of sense. My apologies. I'm afraid it has been a while since we've been here on the main street. And I seem to remember there being a gate of some sort around here.
But, Professor!
Look, I think it would be prudent to play along here. There's definitely something fishy about you two. Captain, I don't suppose these two are. No, I doubt that. Although they do look and act strangely. Maybe we could test them to see if they really do live here. A test? Yes, that might be a good idea. I know a good way of deciding whether you two are dubious characters or not.
What are you going to do?
Well, it's very simple. If you really are upstanding members of this community, then you'll be able to solve this.
Solve? Solve what?
Luke, it appears this town has puzzles similar to those of our own world. What are you mumbling about? Are you ready? Then here we go!
Yep, that would be the professor getting into character very quickly. Alright, puzzle number 6, night training. Everyone knows that here at the Order we strive for excellence. Ensuring you can properly block any attack with your shield is an integral part of maintaining that reputation. We are not leaving here until each of you and every one of you shows me you can block. Now show me what you've got. Alright. So let's see what we can do here.
Those knights have owl masks for their visors. I hope this isn't the Court of Owls from Batman.
Oh goodness. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, but you can never be too sure. There we go. Bum, 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 bum.
Hello there.
Hello there. Feel like I'm gonna sneeze. I was right. I was right. Woo! Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And this here. One there. That one there. That one there. That one. I think that should be it.
Let's see if I've proven myself.
Hey!
Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
The joy of solving puzzles indeed. We did it!
Truly impressive puzzle solving. Of course, any member of our community could solve it. But those who can solve it with this level of insight are few and far between. You are no longer under suspicion, although I must advise you to speak and act with more caution henceforth. Today being a special day, we are on an even higher level of alert than usual.
It seemed a bit touch and go for a moment, but I think we convinced him.
Not only that, but it seems that puzzles are a familiar concept here. Which means that if we run into trouble, we should be able to overcome it through our usual puzzle-solving approach.
That's good to know. That puzzle was a bit different to what we're used to, though.
It seemed to be a puzzle rather unique to this town. All the more worth solving it. Wouldn't you say, Luke?
Too right, Professor. So what's our next step?
Well, my boy, first and foremost, I suggest we take a look around and investigate this town of Labyrinthia.
Normally any abnormal thing in the
Alright,
Professor Layton games is either a trick or have a logical explanation. But we're dealing with witches and magic now. So there's no telling what's real and what's not right now.
Exactly. But you'll find out eventually.
Alright, let's do that. But where should we start? We know next to nothing about this town.
That's true, Luke. Although, if you recall, we do know somebody who has been here before us.
Ah! You mean Carmine, right?
Precisely. It appears that Carmine was able to leave this town and return to London. However, it would also appear that he was unaware of how he managed to do so.
So you mean Carmine's activities here may be our only clue to getting back?
I'm afraid so, Luke. First things first, let's see if we can find any signs of his presence here.
Right you are, Professor. Let's start investigating.
Enjoy yourselves while you can, for you will no doubt soon realize the role you have been chosen to play.
Suspicious. Suspicious, huh? Oh.
I haven't seen you two around here before. Do you know where you're standing? Well, I might be wrong, but I think we're in Labyrinthia. That's not what I mean. You tell him, Cecil.
Me? Well, it's just that this is our territory, you see.
Your territory? That's right. You two just went and walked right into our territory. Oh, I get it. You mean we walked into the area you always play in, right? Sorry, we didn't realise. Do you mind if we join you here for a while?
You heard him. What do you think?
I
guess it'd be alright. The more the merrier, I say.
Fine, here's what we'll do. If you can solve this puzzle, then you can stick around.
It's our initiation test. Of course, a puzzle for an initiation test. Puzzle number 7. Unusual music box. There are 4 dolls atop a music box. Each doll is facing in a different direction. Touching the buttons on the touchscreen will turn 2 of the dolls 90 degrees. Rotate the dolls so that they all face forward. However, you cannot press the same button twice in a row. Alright, let's see. Oops. Hold on. So I see. And then... Unfortunately, now the king is facing the wrong way. They all face forward. Okay. This way. Then we do this one. And then this one. I'm gonna start that over. Start here. These 2. Oh, I see now. Now here and here. There we go.
See what you think of this.
Got it.
As you'd expect from a gentleman in training.
There we go. Perfect.
Hey, you're pretty good. That was a piece of cake. After all, solving puzzles is my specialty. Yeah, me too. It only take me 10 seconds to solve a puzzle like that.
Really? I didn't know you solved puzzles.
You just keep out of this. Nobody asked missed you. Anyway, you're now an official member, as promised. From now on, you're number 2. Number 2? Yep. I'm number 1. You should feel proud. As number 2, you can walk around the town freely. Not only that, but I'll let you in on a secret. If you check those green flags over there, you'll find something I hid there. Okay. Thanks. Somehow, I get the feeling that even if I hadn't become number 2, I could have walked around the town freely.
Alright. And if I remember correctly, there's a hint coin here. Yep, all I needed was some time to figure it out. Alright. To the town center. Let's explore Labyrinthia. Alright. Let's learn some more.
Oh, hum, ho, hee. I'm just so happy. Why are you so happy? Well, that should be obvious. Today I get to gaze upon Inquisitor Barnum in all his splendor. Inquisitor Barnum? What's he like? Are you serious? I can't believe there's a young boy who doesn't know all about Zach Barnum. He's so splendid and handsome and kind. He's just amazing. I'm surprised anyone could be that wonderful. Oh, you'll understand when you see him. He'll be making his appearance soon, over on the North Parade Avenue. I'm just so happy. I have to go now and see what I will see.
She seems to have headed north.
She said North Parade Avenue, didn't she? Do you think some sort of event will be taking place there?
I can't say for certain, but wherever you look, the townspeople certainly do seem to be excited about something. It could be that some kind of special social event is being held here today.
Sounds exciting. Let's hurry up and see what's going on.
Muffet's baby speak is gonna bug me after a while. How do you think I feel reading it? How do you think I feel reading it? Goodness gracious. Alright. What about you? Oh!
Oh, what have we here? A man and a lad like 2 lost sheep. It makes me so sad.
Wow! Are you singing for us?
Ah, how fascinating. This man is clearly a minstrel.
Minstrel? They were around in the Middle Ages, weren't they?
Indeed. In the Middle Ages, minstrels were a kind of professional musician or poet. Although I do find it a little embarrassing to be referred to as a lost sheep.
Well, at least it's better than being called a little lost lamb. Right, Professor?
There is still more to be discussed.
Hey! Edgeworth!
For example, if a witness is asked to testify, they can't refuse.
There's another rule we have. Thank you for the Edgeworth line.
Little lost lambs, please have no fear. The bard, your shepherd, is standing right here. Labyrinth, sit down. So be always be known. I shall give the lambs a map of all their very own. You're right, Luke. I did prefer sheep. But it is most kind of this gentleman to provide us with a map of the town. It is my pleasure. It is my delight. I am only doing what is right.
Thank you, Minstrel. This map will come in handy.
The sheep are happy, the bard is pleased, but sadly, that map is a bit of a tease.
What do you mean?
Actually, the map I just gave you is all in pieces.
What?
Great. A broken map, huh? Map mishap. The town map is broken up into 12 separate pieces. Touch each piece to correctly rearrange the map. Pay attention to the layout of the streets and how they connect. Alright. Let's figure this out, shall we? Ba-da-bum, ba-da-dum-ba-bum. Nope, too far. I would have walked away from him after being called a lamb or sheep, maybe. I mean, if you could. If you could walk away from him. Doing some map building, or rather, map fixing. Yeah. More accurately, map fixing. Oh! There we go. There's that. There we go. See if all the buildings line up now. I think we're good. No X marks the spot here, just a normal map. Better than getting lost. Indeed.
Let's see if I've proven myself.
There we go. Got it.
That was indeed an intriguing puzzle.
Find the circle and you figure out where we are.
Minstrel?
You did it! You fixed the map! Well done! Now I can continue with my bardly descriptions of the town. Ahem. The sheep helped the shepherd, now all is well. The bard he can sing, of the town he can tell. Please, think nothing of it. I'm just glad we have the map in one piece. Now let me tell you about our proud town. The first thing you should know is that it is round. Right is a baker selling bread for your meal. Left is a weaponsmith sharpening steel. In the north of the town, people gather and wait, and I must go soon before it is too late.
There definitely seems to be something big going on to the north, Professor.
Yes, it would appear so, Luke. Let's make sure to have a look a little later.
Alright, and now we have the east and west shopping area. And the North Parade Avenue. Let's move towards that North Parade Avenue, huh? Could be fun.
Okay then, let's make some room here.
Wow! Would you look at all these people? And look over there! Those knights we saw are here too! What do you think's going to happen?
I don't know, Luke. But whatever it is, it must be something of great importance to this town. Everyone appears to be waiting for something. I'm afraid you cannot go beyond this point. The street ahead is closed.
I guess this is as far as we can go. I wonder what's up ahead.
I suppose there's nothing for it. For the time being, we'll just have to look around for a while longer.
Crossovers are awesome when done right. And I should know since I watched some really bad crossovers. Such as...
What a day, what a day. I've been waiting so long for this day that my great beard has grown this far.
Me too! I've been so excited that he's popped up in my dreams more times I can remember. And the rainy weather we had till yesterday was completely cleared, so we'll be able to see everything, even from afar. Oh my, I can hardly wait for it to begin.
Without a doubt, it must be soon now. It would appear they have been kept waiting for quite some time.
Everyone else here seems to be growing restless too.
Let's come back later. It shouldn't be difficult to tell when it's getting underway.
So I guess we have to move around a bit before we see what's going on. Hello?
Oh! Wow, a bakery! And it smells so good.
If it's the bakery you want, they're out at the moment, but they should be back soon.
That's too bad. Hey, Vanica, welcome in. Good to see you.
But don't you think the taste of the bread has changed a bit recently? And the people working there seem somehow different too. But then I also feel like they've always been working there. Do you mean to say you're not certain? No, I'm not. It's just that somehow I have the feeling there are more people working there now. There is something I would like to ask you. How knowledgeable are you about the people of this town? The people? Well, I've lived here all my life, so I guess I know most of them. What do you want to know? I would just like to know if you have ever met a man called Carmine. Carmine? Sorry, but no. Never seen or heard of anyone by that name. Never heard of him. How curious.
Do you think he was just going under a different name here?
More importantly, shouldn't you two be on your way? Everyone else is already heading there. Is there something else we should be doing? Are you kidding? With all the townspeople getting so excited like this? You two must be waiting as well, right? Why not kill some time with a puzzle?
Oh, alright then. Marionettes. They are 6 puppets, each with individually controlled body parts. They have a total of 6 parts: a head, a body, 2 arms, and 2 legs. The controls for each of the puppet's body parts have been separated. Use the stylus to connect each puppet with the correct number of body parts. Note that none of the connections can overlap each other. Alright. Let's see what we can find then. This one here. There was a crossover between Ben 10 and the Saturdays, basically a family who were dealing with cryptids. Long story short, the crossover crashed and burned. Heck, only a few people knew that it was even a crossover to begin with. They didn't even pay respect to the original versions of the Saturdays, and a lot of people didn't know they had their own show. Ah, I see. Sorry to hear that. That really stinks. Let's see. I think I need to do this line. Oh, you can do that. That's right. Okay. And then 1 foot there. The green must be this line. Then the red must go here. This, here, that, and then here. Like that. Perfect! Alright.
This is my answer.
Nice.
Professor, I did it!
Yes, you did, Luke. You did it. Alright.
A little strength is far better than having your strings pulled, don't you think? Bravo! Brilliantly solved. Thank you. Though something really is about to happen. You seriously don't know? Amazing. I think there could be anyone in town who could be so clueless. Well, if you don't know, why not come and see for yourselves? As they say, seeing is believing. Or should it be a picture is worth 1,000 words? I'm sure you get what I mean.
He could have just told us. This is all a bit exasperating.
Well, it looks as if we'll just have to go and see for ourselves. As soon as we finish looking around, let's head for North Parade Avenue.
Sounds good, Professor.
Bakery. Yes. What about the bakery? Alright. And this is the West shopping area, and there's another puzzle. This is definitely the best weapon shop. I could blow a month's pay in this place. Sword, this axe, this mace, and that new shield over there. What's more could a knight like me ask for?
They all seem to be painstakingly crafted. And I can't help but wonder how a knight would be able to move with all this equipped. A soldier unable to wear this equipment is not fit to be called a knight. What's more, this amount of equipment is but the bare minimum required to effectively oust our wrongdoers. Such a knave might come at me just like this. Huh. Well, here we go. Shady shadows. I've noticed an occurrence most strange while on my night watch.
Oh no!
Never mind. Ah. Alright then. I see 4 of my shadows being reflected by the light where they should be but one. What manner of witchery is this? Find my true shadow and fell this miserable curse. The true shadow, huh? Well, it's not C, certainly. And D moves the arm down, whereas the soldier doesn't move the arm at all. I think it's B.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
Hey, let's go!
You should expect no less from a gentleman.
There we go. Got it.
Oh my god, the little knight up top looks like a mini Giga Chad. And he's such a Chad that he has 4 shadows. You're impressive,
Giga
my
Chad!
guy.
It's Grosky! It's Inspector Giga Chad in disguise. It's Grosky in disguise. It's not- that's not canon, but that would be funny if it was. You saw right through that shadow deception with consummate ease. Such powers of observation are astounding. If you notice anything untoward, be sure to let me know immediately. Certainly, we'd be pleased to help. Unfortunately, villains tend to be careful too. Recently I've heard many tales about bad-behaved youths. It seems there are 2 in particular who are up to no good together. I intend to deal with them before any of the townsfolk fall to their misdeeds. I must remain on my guard at all times in case they suddenly appear.
He's definitely a knightly sort of knight. But these streets seem so peaceful. It's hard to imagine any villains around here. It's a shame.
Well, we must hope they apprehend those individuals soon. Let's offer our support too where we can.
Right you are, Professor.
He's come! The teller has come! Quick! We must go and see him on North Parade Avenue! Oh no! I'm late! And I've been meaning to wait from this morning! The center of town is certainly bustling. Something looks set to start at North Parade Avenue.
Everyone's headed that way. Come on, Professor. Let's go with them.
All right. To North Parade Avenue. I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder.
Side note, Inspector Giga Chad is now Knight Giga Chad.
Yes!
Yes! I love it. Thank you, Arya.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
There it is. There it is it. This is it. He's about to appear. This is the moment we've been waiting for since we began queuing this morning.
I can hear their footsteps. He'll be here any moment now. And that means Inquisitor Barnum will be with him. Oh, I just can't wait to see Zacky Wacky up close.
Come on, come on! We're waiting! Once it's over, I have to get back and finish my deliveries. Come on!
I'm
Thank you for the
thirsty.
hydrate.
We people have gathered in the street, we all wait, waiting to see him, to learn of our fate. Hearing me, look at them all, clamoring for a peek. It's as if this has never happened before. It would be more fitting and proper to wait with calmness and solemnity. to show our respect. I always have trouble mingling with the common masses.
Now, out of the way! Let a lady and her goat see!
Attention, you rabble! Keep that line straight here!
It looks like it's beginning at last, Professor.
Oh, here we go!
Yes, you appear to be right, my boy. The level of excitement is remarkable.
Hey, you! You with the tall hat! I can't see a thing!
Oops!
I beg your pardon, madam. What might be the occasion?
What are you saying? I've never heard such nonsense.
Hmm.
And to think that he is about to appear!
Sorry, but when you say he, who exactly do you mean?
Surely you two can't be serious. Why, it's him, of course! The town's creator! The storyteller himself!
The storyteller, huh?
The storyteller?
Huh? The creator of Labyrinthia?
Oh, and here we go! Here we are!
Wow, Professor, this is amazing!
Hmm.
And that must be this town's creator.
Thank you, storyteller! Thank you for granting me this lovely baby girl! Look at my mother! She was in bed, but now she's as fit as a fiddle!
Oh, and here we go. Wow, doesn't she look familiar?
Behold your new story.
Hmm.
Wow, that was amazing, wasn't it, Professor?
Indeed, but something would appear to be amiss.
Uh-oh.
Hey! This story is too horrible!
Without a doubt, this is terrible.
This doesn't look good. Today I'll finish up my deliveries and go home early.
Up until a moment ago, everyone was so excited. But now that the parade is past, the mood here seems totally different.
They all seem to be afraid of something.
Yes, it's very strange. Ah! Professor! There's one of those sheets of paper over there.
That must be one of the sheets that the knights were throwing to the crowd. The problem seems to be related to what is written on those sheets of paper.
Hang on, I'll pick one of them up. This doesn't look like a typical letter or anything like that.
It's hard to imagine what could be so terrible. Let's start by giving it a read, though.
Okay, Professor.
The mood changed very quickly indeed.
The fearsome witch moved deeper into the moonlit wood, casting a deathly shadow as she passed between the trees. And when the two young companions stepped into the darkness of the wood, they were drawn into her magic fire, and their lives were consumed in its flame.
Almost more like a foretelling. Huh. The storyteller. After finding themselves in Labyrinthia, the professor and Luke saw the parade of the town's creator, the storyteller. But on reading the story that was distributed to them, the townsfolk became afraid.
What could that mean? A witch again? And what about where it says their lives were consumed in the flames?
Luke, let us cast our minds back to what Espella said in London. I seem to recall her mentioning that those witches had followed her from Labyrinthia.
So that would mean that the witches we saw in London really were from this town. The witch in this story, do you think she's the one from before?
It's still too early to say, but at any rate, this seemingly prophetic story is rather disturbing.
I only came here to see Inquisitor Barnum, and this story is what I get. Oh my, what bad luck this is.
Oh, no, things had been so peaceful, and now the witch is to strike once again. What a fearful world we live in.
What a horrible story. I can't stay here any longer. I'm headed straight back to the market stall where I can be with my lovely little goats.
Well, it seems that what's written here is indeed the reason for all this unrest.
It's definitely a little ominous, but it's only a story, isn't it? It's precisely because it's the story that we're all so afraid. Don't you even know that much?
Without fail, whenever a witch appears, somebody dies.
Even if what you say is true, there's no reason to be afraid. After all, it's just a story. It's hardly going to become a reality. What are you saying?
Yes, what do you mean by that?
You're not implying that you don't believe in the story, are you?
No. Don't get your comeuppance for this. Eh? Hey, you two. What's all the fuss about?
Us? Nothing. We're not making a fuss.
What is it? Is something the matter? Captain! It's these two, sir. They're creating a bit of a disturbance. Well, it's you two. Causing trouble again, are you? Ah, Captain! These two here are claiming that the story won't become a reality. How could they say such a thing? What's that? This simply can't be. You claim that you don't believe what the storyteller writes? Could it be that you two...
No, it couldn't be. A moment ago, they were claiming to have seen a witch. Honestly, that's what they were saying.
Look, there are two of them. They could be the two in the story. The pair that gets killed by the witch. Well, they could be.
Even if they're not, they must have something to do with the witch.
Professor!
This atmosphere is somewhat unsettling. It appears my original instincts regarding you two were indeed well-founded. You're clearly suspicious. Men, surround them!
Uh-oh! Not good!
Uh-oh!
Easy, Luke.
Professor, this isn't good. Perhaps we should make a run for it.
Agreed. But running off blindly in any old direction is unlikely to prove successful. We're too unfamiliar with the streets of this town. Oi! I wouldn't think of running if I were you. Just give up peacefully.
Professor! Mr. Layton! Luke! Both of you, over here!
That voice.
Hang on, isn't that?
The voice came from that back street over there.
Wait a minute, who's that?
Come on, Luke, let's run.
Okay, Professor.
Boy, wait, stop, come back here. After them, men, they're getting away. Yes, sir, Captain.
We're not throwing Luke at them, Vanica.
As I thought. It really was you, Espella.
But why? Why are you... Shh! I'll explain later. Please, just wait here quietly. Right.
Where are they? Which way did they go? Captain, we seem to have lost them. What? They must still be here somewhere. Find them. It appears we've managed to elude them. But what now?
We can't stay here. They're bound to find us sooner or later. Let's move elsewhere. If we keep to the back streets, we should be able to reach the square without being seen. Follow me.
Okay, we're in your hands.
Come on, this way, and keep quiet.
Alright, and here we are.
That was rather too close for comfort. It seems you rescued us this time.
It was nothing.
I'm just glad you were both able to get away safely. But what are you both doing here in Labyrinthia?
We'd like to ask you the same question. What about you, Speller? What happened after we were separated in London? I remember you jumping aboard that cargo vessel. Did you have any trouble getting away?
Well,
Easy now, Luke. You mustn't bombard Espella with questions like that.
I'm sorry, Isabella.
No, I'm the one who should apologize. I'm afraid it's just not very clear.
You have no reason to apologize, Espella. But when you say it's not very clear, what do you mean precisely?
Well, to be honest, I seem to be unable to clearly recall what happened.
Is that so? After we put you aboard that ship, we should have followed after you. At any rate, I'm relieved to see that you're all right now.
Yes, I am. Thanks to you both. It's good that we could meet again like this. I'm so happy to see you here.
Too right? We're both very happy too, aren't we, Professor?
We certainly are, Luke.
Let me guess. You both came here to solve the puzzles of Labyrinthia, didn't you?
Well, yes. Something like that. Right, Professor?
Actually, the truth of the matter is we don't really know why we're here.
Eh?
It seems as if, well, it's almost as if we've been sucked right into that book's story.
Sucked into the story?
If it's okay with you, Isabella, I'd like to ask you some questions about Labyrinthia.
We can't really settle down here for a chat, can we? Those knights might find us again. We'll need somewhere to lie low for a while.
Ah, I know. If it's all right with you two.
Yes?
For now, Mrs. Eclair, the local bread maker, is kindly putting me up in her shop. If you don't mind, you're welcome to come to my room. I'm afraid it's only an attic room, so it's a little small.
Really? I mean, are you sure that's okay? If they were to find us there, wouldn't that mean trouble for everyone at the shop?
Not at all. You shouldn't even think like that. After all, it was you two who rescued me in London, wasn't it? So if there's anything I could do, you must let me help in whatever way I can.
Isabella, thank you. Allow us to graciously accept your kind offer.
Okay. Let's make our way there, while keeping an eye out for those knights. The bakery is on the eastern side of town. Right. Oh? And who's this? Who has appeared in the mysterious window? The town of Labyrinthia is a mysterious place of witches and witchcraft, where everything written by the storyteller becomes Who in the... Yeah, who could that be? Alright. On that note, let's go ahead and save and call it here for today. Cliffhanger alert, indeed. Woo! The only reason I went a little overtime is because there wasn't really a good place
Side note, the storyteller looks like a Castlevania boss. Not sure if I can call him Dracula at a first glance, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him Dracula. I love how we get to see the differences between the character designs of Ace Attorney and Professor Layton at the same time. Yes, but you also see how they adapted the Professor Layton characters to fit into a Capcom-style world. Absolutely, I enjoyed this game so much, Divine Dragon. Alrighty. No problem, Squid James. Again, happy birthday, once again. I hope that you had a fantastic day. Alright, thank you so much for coming, everybody. Let's go ahead and find somebody to raid today before we head off. Let's see. Who is live? Lyra is live.
Another thing. So, during the last trail I was expecting the eel would shock Olivia for her breakdown, but I'm happy with we actually got instead. A big fish knockout for the win.
It was a big fish! A big fish! Alrighty. I am glad that you're looking forward to more Divine Dragon. Avengers Endgame. The most ambitious crossover of all time. Hold this game. Hold my beer. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and raid our friend Lyra's adventure today. Give her some support today as she kind of has a sore throat and isn't able to talk very much. So let's give her some support today. If you're headed over to the raid, which you please should to support our friend Lyra's adventure, please type Shadesley Raid in the chat once we get over there so that Lyra knows we are there to support her. Also, if you are headed over, be sure to follow all of her rules as you would mine. And once again, as always, have fun. Alrighty. Tomorrow, speaking of our friend Lyra's adventure, tomorrow we are going to be streaming with Lyra, and we'll be streaming with her on Sunhaven, as long as everything goes well. If not, we'll think of something else. But for now, plan is tomorrow that we will be playing Sunhaven with Lyra, and it will be the final Sunhaven stream tomorrow. It will be the final Sunhaven stream. Another Sunhaven because of a melon, indeed. Alrighty. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. And I will see you all tomorrow from 10:30 to 2:30 p.m. Bye! Stay sharp, Shadeslayers!